ready.
Yo, what up everybody? This is Sean P for the EssPea project. And the portion of the EssPea project we're going to be focusing on today is a little outdoor living, a little bit of gardening. And I know I live right here in the city, you know, in an urban environment, but I just happen to have enough land, if you want to call it that, to do me a little garden every year. And I've probably been doing this for about 2 years now, and we had great success last year messing around with the garden. And it really, you know, brings home the idea of knowing exactly where your food come from. On this plot, and I mean it may be 14 by 10 maybe, I got string beans coming along, bush beans, you know, and this is all about, you know, using your space to the best of your ability. I've got squash, and the interesting thing about squash is these flowers open up in the morning, close up in the evening. I mean, having a garden really brings to light, man, how alive plants really are. I don't use any pesticides, I don't use any growth hormones, anything. And one thing that really got me started was my boy Weezy, give a shout out to Weezy, is, have you ever been to the grocery store? 500 apples, all of them the same size, same color, shining bright. Ain't no way in the hell that'll ever happen. I've seen an apple tree. This right here is my little zucchini. And they're also coming along nicely. We got a variety of pepper plants. And the pepper plants this year, I don't know, man, they just took off. Booming. Straight up. Look at that. Already. And we're pretty early in the season, actually, for this type of action, but we getting it. This is my little Better Boy tomato. I have no idea what's going on with him this year, but nonetheless, we do have tomatoes, which makes me quite happy. Also got a purple tomato plant, which is an heirloom tomato, which I have really enjoyed the heirloom varieties. When you go to the store, you just don't see different varieties. And let me tell you this, you have never eaten a tomato if all you've ever done is eating tomatoes out of a grocery store. You need to grow them out of your backyard. They are absolutely a difference, and that's why I tried different varieties. This one right here, we've got a Mr. Stripey. Can't wait to see how that turned out. It's a yellow and red variety. And right here is the bad mofo that it is. This is a cherry tomato plant. And you know, you go down to your local Golden Corral or Ryan's or wherever your buffet is, and they had these tomatoes on the bar. Trust me, can't fade a tomato off of this tomato plant. And they grow about 8 feet tall, look like Shaq standing out here by the end of the summertime. And so many tomatoes, we have to give them away. I haven't had a whole lot of experience with these string beans in particular. However, we are rolling with those as well. And I happen to love string beans. Love them, love them, love them. And being that these are bush variety, I didn't have to come up with a trellis. And a lot of times, which brings me to my next point, when you're gardening in a city and you got limited space, you have to grow vertically. And that's what these are on the fence. These are my watermelon hammocks from last year. And since watermelons, which we have right here, grow crazy if you don't control them and direct them the way you want them to grow, we grow them on the fence. Straight up. And as you can see how many watermelon we had from last year. All the way down here to the end. Watermelons. Watermelons. Turned out good, man. And you know, I mean, ain't nothing like saving money by growing your own food. We also got one last thing. which is my luck of the pluck plant of the year. Apparently a bird sat on my fence, did number 2, left me a blackberry bush. Crazy, right? Food right in your yard. So I'm just gonna go ahead and let it do what it do. I'm not gonna mess with it too much, and perhaps we'll have some blackberry cobbler by the end of the summer. Yeah, man, gardening itself doesn't take much at all, man. It's not very difficult at all. You come out here once or twice a week, Sunday morning, get all of the little weeds out that we can get out so that the vegetables themselves don't have to compete with a lot of weeds, man. Trim off the dead leaves, keep them watered, and just wait. That's all it is. I would say this garden is probably about 5 weeks old now. We started out with plants like this, seedlings, tiny. 5 weeks, that's it. Well, this is my first little rundown on my garden. I'm sure I'll be doing a couple more as the season goes on, but I just wanted to bring y'all into my backyard, share some of my nature boy tendencies with y'all. I'd like to thank y'all for coming by and watching the video. You can follow me at the links below in the description box. And this is Sean P for the EssPea Project. And I'm out.